Hey Sparta Nation, happy Monday. Happy June 22nd. It's a big day in the Boers house because it's Jesse's 19th birthday, which I don't understand since I'm only 20. I don't know how she's 19, but thus is the case. And my husband and Josie Jesse finished MBFA test group yesterday. So right now, somehow or other, the girls have convinced him to do the work. So they are downstairs doing the work right now, and it is Jesse's birthday, so I had a few minutes to do some work myself. And I was going through notes from earlier events this year. You remember when we used to do in-person live events? Do you remember that? I was going through some notes from that. And before I get into that, I'm going to do what I always ask you guys to do, and that's tag some people. So hang on. Let me do that really quick. And once I do that, then I'm going to keep talking. Okay, just like I always ask you guys to do, to tag people. So, because they're downstairs doing the work, came out here to do a little work before we kind of continue with Jesse's birthday celebrations. And something that I wanted to share with you, a couple points that I want to share with you. First, if you have gone to any live events in the past, maybe you went to Beachbody Summit, maybe like me, you have Summit, you have leadership notes, maybe you have, that's why I have all these notebooks, because I take pages of notes from masterminds, from all of that. And what I think we forget to do, and this is something that I did because I'm in this season right now, and you might be in the same place as well, that I want to just organize and purge. And part of that, I think, is getting control in areas that we have control. So we've talked about since the beginning of this year, we've talked about since January and got even deeper into it in March when life's really changed, about being the light for people and getting really clear and being the light for others. And that clarity extends to us as well. It extends to us personally, both in our personal and professional lives. And in this time of uncertainty, it feels really good to get some clarity around anything that we can get clarity around. Yeah. So here's an example that I heard last week. I heard this really great. I'm constantly I'm working with a life coach right now, which is different for me. I've not done that really before in a structured setting, but B, I'm always looking for the something. I'm filling my minds with the something that is going to be a catalyst or spark something in me to help me learn, to help me grow, and then to share it with you. And I was listening to a John Maxwell video last week, and he was saying that this moment that we're in, this is what it's like. You know, if you go to an airport and you have a flight and you go to check in with your flight and you're going from here to, let's say if I was going to California, I'd be going from here to Salt Lake City and then Salt Lake City to LA. And you get to the airport and your flight is delayed and they can't tell you any information about it. And they're like, your flight's delayed, not sure when it's going to leave, don't know if you're going to make your connecting flight. And there's just all this sort of gray area chaos around if you're going to make your flight, if you're going to be late for your flight, like all of that. And that's super stressful. And then when they make the announcement, okay, the flight to Salt Lake City, it's delayed for 2 hours. You're going to miss that original connecting flight. We're putting you on another connecting flight. You're going to be to LAX at And all of a sudden you go, well, that stinks, but okay, because there's clarity now. There's a decision. The past few months, since in my mind, it feels like March 15th, because that's about when my girls came home. So for the past that sounds like thunder. For the past close to 4 months, almost, we've been living in this period of, we don't know if we're going to make our connecting flight. And that is super stressful. And we're just looking for clarity. And we're looking for that clarity anywhere we can find it. And I have found myself doing more going through drawers, purging my closets, going through my desk, going through papers and stuff to get clarity around what I can control, right? Because we still are sitting here every day, every single day. We have very stressful conversations about what the girls are doing in the fall. And it's a challenge. And so I'm looking for all these ways to continue to get clarity. And it's so interesting that when I was going through my desk and going through my drawers and pulling out notebooks, because I'm a hoarder and I keep everything, I found these notebooks just from last fall leadership event. So last fall, October 2019, leadership in Arizona. I've got all my notes from that. And as I'm going through that notebook and I'm going through those notes and I'm looking at them and I started to rewrite them in my master plan notebook, the word that keeps coming up is clarity. Now this is October, before everything in the world really shifted, and the word that keeps coming up is clarity. And then we get on our incredible book talk with Carrie Lorenz on Saturday, and over and over and over again, she talked about clarity. Over and over again, she said clarity, clarity, clarity. She kept saying that word clarity. Get very clear on your vision, get very clear on your mission, get very clear. And something that I wrote down when she was writing that, and I'm going to get to some other parts that I'm going to talk about too in a minute, is she talked about getting clear on our vision. So here we are in the midst of this very uncertain time, not knowing if we're going to make our connecting flight or not. We're looking for ways to get clear. And many of us have gone through different periods, myself included, where we can't seem to get to that place of clarity, and we're making it 8,000 times harder than it has to be. And I'm telling you that as someone who does that and from experience. I'm watching you do it. I'm feeling myself do it. We're making this whole situation 8,000 times harder than it has to be. We're living, and you know how much I love to live in my feels. Like I live in my feels, but we are living in our feels too much, and we are not clear on our vision. We are not clear on our goals, and we're living in this nebulousness of, I don't know if I'm gonna make my connecting flight. Well, here's the truth, people. We're either gonna get to LAX at the time we were supposed to, or we're not, but either way, we're gonna get there. We're either gonna be a top 10 team, or we're not, and sitting in our feels is not going to help us get there. So being stressed at the airport about if we're going to make our connecting flight actually doesn't help us get to our destination any faster. Being stressed about what we can and cannot control does not help us become a top 10 team, does not help us at Success Club, does not help us help people live healthy, fulfilling lives. Period. And we're all sitting in our feels, and you know 6 months into 2020, when I say we, I'm including myself every single time. So if you don't understand that by now, I haven't done my job, or you're just not listening, because we are sitting in our feels, not doing the work that needs to be done, because I think it's the reason why I keep seeing this word over and over again. We aren't clear on our vision. We might be clear on a team vision, but I don't think enough of us are clear on a personal vision. And so when Carrie Lorenz said, get clear on the vision, I immediately wrote down right after that it is bigger than a rank. So here's what I think is happening. And what's funny is, as I'm watching this and I can watch the numbers, like the people who are watching live and the people who aren't, and sometimes I can see the numbers go down when I start to get really passionate, and that's because people don't want to hear it. Well, here we are. Here it is. And I quite frankly, I'm tired of myself right now. I'm tired of myself not feeling the mojo. I'm tired of myself not feeling the momentum. I'm tired of where we are as a team over the past couple months, and I'm tired of me not being there. And so if the numbers go down because I get passionate and it's time for us to get back on track, then the numbers go down. Because here's where we are. We're either going to get to LAX or we're not. And it's not going to matter how stressed we are about it. We're either going to do the work or we're not. We're either going to be the team who digs in and gets clear about where we're going, or we're going to get to 2020 and we weren't. And we're going to get to the end of 2020 and go, dang it. Those other teams, they dug in and made it happen. Their circumstances were the same. We need to stop looking for different circumstances and start creating better habits. This is the circumstance. There is no going back. I heard someone say just over the weekend, well, when things settle down and we get back to normal. There's no normal, because the normal that you're thinking of is the normal before quarantine. Not happening. It's not happening. I listen to my daughter every day going, I just want to go back to New York. And what she means is she wants to go back to New York before quarantine. There is no such thing. There's no such thing as a world before quarantine. There's no such thing as a world before a new and improved and much needed civil rights movement. There's no such thing as a normal before. And that's what people mean when they say, I want to go back to normal. Not happening. There's a new normal on the horizon and we're creating it every day. So we have to stop wishing for different circumstances. We have to start creating better habits. Part of that comes from clarity. So when Carrie Loren said, get clear on the vision, I immediately wrote down, it's bigger than rank. And here's where I think we get hung up. I'm just trying to get to diamond. Just trying to get to 1 star. Just trying to get to 2 star. And what we haven't done is attach a bigger meaning beyond that. We haven't attached something bigger than let me get to diamond. What does that even mean for you? My light's not really good here, so I'm just going to move over here. What is let me get to diamond? What does that even mean for you? Let me get to 1 star. Let me get to 2 star. And I've got this little message thread going with about 7 coaches right now. And what is really cool is over the past couple days, there's been some really amazing sharing. Oh, I hope now that I've come outside, I hope someone mows. There's been some really amazing sharing happening, and so amazing that I'll read the thread and I come out to the kitchen, and whoever's sitting in the kitchen, I'm like, oh my gosh, this sharing that's happening is so great, because we are digging in to some of the crap that needs to be uncovered, the limiting beliefs that need to be uncovered. So when Carrie said, get clear on the vision, I wrote down it's bigger than a rank, because if your vision is just to get to diamond, what kind of small life is that? And I said to Kim Carver last year in the fall, I said, as we were working to get to elite, I said, there has to be something bigger here than just worrying about if I'm creating 2 diamonds a year to get to elite. Because I was thinking so small. I was thinking so small at that point in time that it was just about getting these diamonds. It's so much bigger than that. It's so much bigger. So as we've been talking in this message thread about getting really clear and writing down our purpose on a Post-it note, this is what I wrote down today. My purpose, this also, just so you know, this probably won't fit on a Post-it note. And if you were think about, you know me, like I can't do 5 minutes. I can't write a purpose on a Post-it note. But the concept is there. The aim is there. I'm trying to get there. This is my purpose: to build a life-changing, legacy-creating business around helping women dream bigger and connecting them with health and fitness tools at work. I help create transformations inside and out. That's what I wrote down. That does not say I am a superstar diamond coach, or we are a top 10 team, or we build 40 diamonds, or that's not what my purpose is. My purpose is to build a life-changing, legacy-creating business around helping women dream bigger and connecting them with health and fitness tools at work. I help create transformations inside and out. That's my purpose. Because energy flows where attention goes. My purpose is not to be a 15-star diamond coach. My purpose is not to lead a top 10 team. My purpose is to help women dream bigger and connect them with tools that will help them do that. By default, we should freaking be a top 10 team. The fact that we're going to drop again in June, unless we get our ass in gear, is enough to drive me insane, because we're better than that. What is your purpose? And if you're just writing down diamond or 1 star or 2 star, you're missing the point of this business. You're missing the clarity that I think we need around growing this team. Now, at the same time I'm telling you all this, number one, I'm a work in progress on it too. And number two, can we have some fun while we're doing it? Y'all, it's not that serious. It is. It's big, but it shouldn't be that serious. If you are not finding joy in connecting people with tools that change their lives, you are in the wrong business. It should be fun, because I can tell you what, the months when we had 10 and 12, 2019 and 2020 Coaches Hitting Success Club, the joy was so tangible. It was an energy buzz flowing through our team. And then all of a sudden we stop doing the work and we get in our heads and we get in our feels and we get all this overwhelm that, by the way, we create. Because if you think for 1 second, I couldn't drown in the overwhelm of thinking, what the hell am I doing with my girls in just about a month and a half? We have no idea. What am I doing with does my husband have a job? I don't know. We don't know. If you don't think for 1 second that I could drown in that just like you could, you're crazy. I could. But I have to make the choice not to. I have to make the choice not to. And that is an ongoing process every day. Some days harder than others. Some days harder than others. So when we've got 10 or 12 or 15 coaches hitting Success Club in that 2019-20, those new coaches hitting Success Club, it's because they're doing the work. That current runs through the team. It creates energy. And all they did was the actions that made it happen. They chose to not live in the overwhelm. Well, that's a choice we can make every single day if we get clear around our purpose. If we get clear around our purpose. Is your purpose just to find 3 people every month and then call it quits? Well, that's a sucky purpose. I hope your purpose is so big that it gives you the chills when you think about it. When I wrote that down today, and it was one of those where I can put some thought around it, and then there comes this sort of like, because I always say I'm not very creative, but I have a little bit of a creative mind. And that piece of me has to have some room to flow. And I can't just stand and go, okay, now I'm writing my purpose. Like, there has to be some input. And then I literally grabbed my notebook, came out here, started writing down some notes, and then that came out of me. And if your purpose is just to get to Diamond or just to find 3 people that you connect with these tools, I think your purpose is too small in this business, and I think you're selling yourself and this business short. Get clearer around what Diamond does for you. What does 2-Star do for you? I watched Amber share in our message thread, I'm not going to go into specifics, but what the idea of what the rank of 2-Star Diamond means for her and her family. 2-Star is not the goal. What she wants to do with her family is the goal. 2-Star is just the vehicle to get there. Diamond's not the goal. Top 10's not even the goal. It's just the vehicle to create the life change that we all want to create. We're just sitting in our feels and losing our momentum minute by minute by minute because we're all sitting here like, well, we just don't know what's happening. Well, nobody knows what's happening. Nobody knows what's happening. We're all sitting in the airport waiting for someone to tell us if our flight's been canceled. Okay, so we can sit there or we can make a different choice. And that choice doesn't have to be complicated or heavy or have all this gravitas to it. We don't have to make a big social media post like, today I'm making a different choice. Just choose and say, today I'm actually going to do the work. Today I'm going to get really clear on what I want to do and what this business is propelling me to do, what this business is going to do in my life, what this business is going to do for my family. And today I'm going to do the work to make that happen. Instead of sitting here wondering how I'm going to make it happen, let's not worry about the how. Let's just dig into the clarity around what we want to accomplish. The clarity will provide direction for you. It will provide direction for your customers and will help you stay aligned to your personal goals. If you don't even know what your personal goals are, start there. Start there. Think about providing clarity to your customers with a roadmap of a program and nutrition and resources. You're the point to person. You're the professional pointer. And as Carrie said, the purpose becomes the anchor. The purpose becomes the anchor. I'm looking through some of my other notes to share with you. Okay, here's the other thing that I wanted to share with you. Hi, by the way, I'm back, y'all. So welcome back to Monday, because here we go again. I'm just over it. The circumstances aren't changing. I'm over, well, maybe it's not our year. Freak that. Come on, we're better than that. Let's go. Here's the thing that I wrote down from some other notes that I took at leadership that I think is really important. Are you paying attention to what's not working? I think we pay a lot of attention, or try to pay a lot of attention, to what is working, but are you also paying attention to what's not working? So something that I've been doing, here's a tangible tip, something that I've been making myself do more of, and it's still some of this social media stuff, I swear to you, sometimes it's so natural for others and such a intentional habit that I have to create every day, is I'm looking at my posts and I'm looking at the insights on those posts every day. So I'm looking at, okay, this particular video seemed to do really well. Note, more of those. This particular video, I didn't get a lot of, and when I say really well, I'm not always looking at comments, I'm looking at saves and shares. So if I do an upper body workout and I put it on IGTV or put it on Instagram, I'm looking at the insights every day. Did that do well? Are people sharing that? Are people saving that? Yes. Okay, cool. I'm writing that down. Did this video on habits to routines do well? No, not so much. Okay, cool. I'm writing that down. So are we paying attention to what's not working? Here, I can tell you one thing that's not working. Us thinking that this is all going to magically go back to normal. Pay attention to that. That's not working. Here we are with a lot of uncertainty and gray area heading into the fall. And for those of you with kids in school, we're all hoping that there's a little bit more clarity regarding fall, but there's not. And 2020 is a big mass of uncertainty. Cool. Guess what? It's like that for every single human being on the planet. It's like that for every single coach who's managed to become a superstar diamond, 4 of them last week, or a double superstar diamond, Sammy Glonick, in the same quarter, a husband and wife, Jamie and Kip Fitzpatrick, who are the same people who are getting Success Club 100, whatever. The circumstances are the same for everyone. They've just chosen to create different habits. We, on this team, to a degree, have chosen to sit in it a little bit and float away. Enough of that. And it can't just be on me. You cannot rely on me to rally you every single day. But I am back. And I am happy to rally, but it can't happen every day. Because I can tell you what, Carl Deichler is not sending me a text every day going, come on, Julie, you can do it. 12 years in, baby, come on, stay with it, you can do it. That's not happening. He's a CEO of a business, just like you are, just like I am. We got to do our work. You cannot rely on me to rally you. Your coaches should not rely on you to rally them. Together, we create so much energy that we rally each other. Does that make sense? If it does, let me see it in the comments. Let me see it in the comments if that makes sense. You cannot rely on me to rally you. Your coaches should not rely on you to rally them. But together, when we keep our energy high and we make the choice to stay engaged, we rally each other. If you are depending on me to come in and slow clap it out every single day so that you'll go actually send some invites, we got a problem. Yes? Yes or yes? Yes. Carl does not send me a text every day going, hey, Julie, have you done some invites? Have you done some personal development? Just checking in with you. Just want to make sure you're doing your work. No, I'm doing my work because my vision is clear and I love what I get to do every day. Are you? Because if you're relying on me, we got issues. We got issues. Are you teaching your child to rely on their teacher to help them get a good grade in the class? Or are you teaching your child to be self-sufficient and independent, and that together we create an energy that lifts us all? You know? Let's get clear on where we're going here. Let's get clear on where we're going. What is your vision? What is your purpose? It needs to be more than a rank. And if it's not, you got to have some serious discussions with yourself to get there. Are you important enough to show up and create the life that you want? I wrote that down. Now I felt that. Are you important enough to show up and create the life that you want, and do your goals and dreams matter? If they do, this business is a catalyst to get there. Period. If they do, this business is a catalyst to get there. Your vision has to be clear and it has to be present. Your job is your journey. So here's the deal. We're going to have challenges. We all have challenges, and we all right now across the world are in weird, wonky, surreal circumstances. But you and I both know that there are other teams and other coaches out there who are rallying and who are building and who have incredible momentum and mojo. Their circumstances are not any different than ours. They don't have any secret product or program that we don't have access to. They've simply made a different choice. They've gotten very clear on their vision, very clear on their purpose. They've decided that their goals and the life they want to create is important and worth it to show up to. They understand that we all have challenges, but how we navigate those challenges is a choice every day. We all have challenges. And I'm telling you that as someone who needed just a moment to kind of take a breath. 7 months of breathing fire almost every single day. I needed a moment to take a breath. And then I realized I'm also creating a team that's depending on me to rally them. And that's not good either. We've got to find a sweet space together, because I freaking love rallying you. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I love our connection, but you can't depend on me to do it to do your job. You can't depend on me to do it to go after your vision and your goals. So there's a sweet space in here because I'm on the journey with you. We're on this journey together. Just like you have professional goals, so do I. Just like you have personal goals, so do I. And what's cool about it is they combine to create this incredible team momentum that your individual goals, my individual goals, they become the team goals too. They become the team goals too. So are you willing to show up for your goals in your life? Are you willing to do something a little bit different? And are you willing to get really, really clear on your vision? That's really what I had to say today, except this. Be the lighthouse. I hear sirens. You guys hear those sirens? Be the lighthouse. Speak loudly, boldly, and often. Someone in here once when I did that video, when I originally talked about I can't rally you all the time. They're like, oh no, it's a little intimidating for us to think about doing that. Nobody's telling you to do this. I'm telling you that you have to speak boldly and loudly and passionately and often about your goals and your vision in the way that works for you. And that I can't turn my passion down to satisfy someone else, nor should I. But you have to find the way that works for you, and you have to get really clear on your goals and the life that you want to create. Start there. Align that with the business. If diamond is your goal, we have a bigger problem. If 2-star is your goal, we have a bigger problem. When I started this business, now Jesse and I were just talking about this over the weekend, because last year at this time we were at Disney, and I was looking in a box in my closet of some of the stuff that I kept, because I'm a hoarder and I keep everything. And I kept everything from that trip that when we went back to Disney after not going for several years. And I would go down to the bank every day. This is kind of before electronic banking, and I would transfer my money over and I'd transfer my money over. And finally I got to the place where I had paid for our Disney vacation with my Beachbody business. It was really big, and the bank tellers, they clapped for me, and I cried, and it was a big deal. No one had to rally me to do that, and none of that had anything to do with a rank goal. And yet by default, I ranked up, the team grew, we got momentum, we hit elite. But my goal, my vision was to take my family to Disney and pay for it. And then I did it. We were so poor, and then I did it, and had nothing to do with the rank goal. But the team grew and the rank grew, and we hit elite that year because my goal was so much bigger than just, I'd like to get to 5-star. Get really clear on your purpose with this business and know that it's going to change. It's going to change from 2020 to 2021. It's going to change, and it should. Remember, I told you when I started 12 years ago, I just wanted to buy my Nikes. I didn't want to take my family to Disney. I had no idea that that was possible. So started out, just wanted to buy my Nikes to teach class. And then it became, I want to take my family to Disney. And then it became, I want to pay for college. So it's going to grow. But you got to get clear on where it is right now and what you want to do with the last 6 months of this year, because the circumstances are not changing. Make a decision if your habits are going to change. Make a decision if you're going to create the momentum you're so desperately wanting. Are you going to create the momentum? Because you know how it gets created by action. Mindset and action. That's how momentum gets created. We don't walk out here and go, okay, momentum, here, I'm ready, come on. No, we take action, we change our mindset. That's what I'm working on doing every single day. I'm never going to tell you to do something, suggest you to do something that I haven't done or I'm not in the process of doing. That's what I'm working on doing every day. It's why I hired a life coach. I needed to do something different. Cool, that's what I'm doing. I will never tell you to do something that I haven't done or am not in the process of doing myself. You have to know that. In fact, I shouldn't even have to say it anymore this year. That's just on the table. You know that. Everything I say with love, because I believe in the potential of this team. It's time for you to believe in the potential of this team, and it's time for you to step up and rally yourself. I have to do it for me. We all have to do it for ourselves, and then we come together and we bring that momentum to create more than we'd ever create on our own. So there's your Monday hit. It wasn't 5 minutes. Big freaking deal. There we go. Get back to the actions you know that work. Change up what doesn't. Pay attention to what's not working. Do the work and get clear on your goal beyond a rank. We got work to do these last 6 months. We have work to do. Circumstances are not going to change. Habits will, if we make that choice. Because that's all every other team who is finding success and has momentum right now, that's all they've done differently than us. They have no special secret program or product. They have no special secret training. They've just made a decision to create the momentum that they want. And so they are. And we can do that too. That's going to be up to you. So your call to action today, rally yourself. And I would love to see in the comments below what you're doing today that might be a little different than what you've done before, or what you're doing today to get back to when you were feeling like you were in the flow. Because we can either sit here and think about it, or we can actually do something about it. I'm going to choose that choice. I hope you will too. Let's make it a great Monday. Let's make it a great month. Let's make it a great freaking year. Come on, Spartan Nation, let's go.